even in the first 3 months. So
when I listen, right, she didn't even get a big pic. He was working on imagination for 9 years. My thing is, again, I'm not saying anybody can be catfish. Like, you can actually meet people on dating apps that are not by themselves. The thing that made this one unique, and I think I not admit that this is unique, is firstly length of time. Length of time is crazy for a catfish you didn't meet in
I
person.
found out that it was her cousin. I was like, if it was me, I
After
won't be
9
on.
years, she has cried and cried.
I won't be on Netflix. If my cousin did that, I'll be in jail sharing my story from that. There's no way I'll be, because I would have beaten that cousin. Like, and the cousin came to your house.
Why are you attracting at this stage?
You guys, how was your week? How are you guys over the past week? Or last week?
I'm good. Yeah, my week was busy, very very busy.
I wasn't there well. I understand.
When have you been helpful?
Thank you. Now,
When have you been helpful? Explain to us.
I am. Let me tell you something. You people think being helpful is only like, taking the load off. Sometimes it can just be like to share somebody else, like to relieve that momentary tension. Like all of the
That's what Biala's girlfriend is for. He doesn't need you for that.
wait.
His girlfriend is not always around.
Wait. You think you cheered me up? You think you ever cheered me up?
Of course. You won't admit it, obviously, because you
it's
don't.
Okay. It's all right. The tagline for this quarter of the year is being the Lulu is the Solulu. Ayo, stay the Lulu. That's okay. But Ayo, what you get up to this week?
Yeah, you get me a tagline. I just want to know if there's a group that I not involved in.
It's okay. It fits you. So if the shoe fits, lace it up. You are the Lulu.
I'm not saying it's not
right.
I just want to know where it's coming from. Which prophecy? Which after sign are you getting it from?
From my creative mind. Okay. What did you get up to this week?
Tell me. Tell me how was Ayo, please. Okay, how was your week? I know you said you had like this important meeting. I hope it went well.
And also you cut your hair, so your parents drove you to cut your hair. Is where I'm still at. Go and learn how to drive. Yes.
I don't want to. You're not going to force me to learn how to drive, so it's not going to work.
No,
I'm still like a teenager. The more you push, the less I'm interested.
And you're saying you're ready to get married while you're still like a teenager.
I never said that. Hey, Ibo, marry with for where? I don't even have to push. Please don't push me.
He never said he's ready. I don't remember I ever said.
So he's not ready.
No, I'm ready.
His parents are ready. He's not ready.
No, right? They're not ready. When they're ready, they will know.
Anyway, that's all.
They're not ready.
Okay, you know what? I think this discussion is actually like, unfortunately, quite similar to what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Marriage. It's serious. How people are taking marriage so serious.
So Daniel has told us how she is. So.
Oh my God, yes, you guys! Do you know what? Yeah, after this coming week, I will just sit my ass in one place, and I will be glad for it. So last week, my yoga and I went to Vancouver. So from Vancouver, we took a bus out to Squamish. From Squamish, we went to this small village called Vesla. So it was a lot of travel, and then we came back. We went back to Ottawa and landed at like 6:30 a.m. And I had work that same day, but I was working from home, so it was fine. But I was so exhausted. And then, 2 days after, I flew out back to London, and now I'm in London, and I'm leaving again in like a couple of days. So I have been busy.
I've always wanted to use this word, right?
Yeah.
Amy, you have been gallivanting up and down.
I've been gallivanting. That is so true. Like I've been traveling. Like I'm just like, geez, I really need to sit somewhere. But also, Yo's birthday is coming up, and I might take him somewhere. But that's going to be like a road trip. I don't think it will be.
Ooh, Bella, you hear
I
that?
don't
My
think we'll
taking
fly.
people are getting taken places.
Yeah, you are you are you you are not ready for a
And
relationship.
you that you are ready, where are they taking you? They're not taking you
But
anywhere.
no, Biola went to the
Nonsense.
northern Cape with his girlfriend,
Eh eh
right?
Yeah,
Taking is different from going. It wasn't taking. He left together. That's a
I've been
different
taken to
conversation.
wait. Ayo, this is what I
Where were
want
you
to say
taking
to
to?
you. I've just chosen not to tell you. That's all.
Oh, tell us. Oh, are you engaged?
No, no. And I'm not
I thought you
At
were
least,
telling us stuff.
at
what
least
is
if he's
it? What?
no. But here's the thing: if Bella gets engaged, Bella, you know to not ask Ayo to be your best man because after that he will come on this podcast and talk about how much he hates
And
attending
tell everybody.
weddings. Yeah.
Eh, it's
So
Yes.
fine. I don't mind. You think being the best man is so great? I'm sorry, guys. That's in the party. I'm tired of
Exactly.
going for suits.
You're buttressing the point.
yeah, thanks.
Huh?
We are not being sarcastic, but thanks for
Anyway,
validating it. How are you guys? What are we
Oh, I
doing
don't mind.
so Jimmy,
today? Oh yeah,
Jimmy,
it's
you're
on
gonna
me, isn't
introduce the
it?
topic
Okay,
today.
so I need to talk about it
Yeah.
because I first of all I had a really good laugh watching this. And I know it wasn't supposed to be funny. But as the story progressed, I was just laughing because I was like, this is so hilarious. I cannot believe that this is happening to the grown ass person I'm watching. And then it got to the end, which was like the plot twist. And I was like, huh? You guys have seen Sweet Bobby, yeah? On Netflix.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yes, you
Bobby.
forced us to watch it.
Yes, as you should.
I'm not. You are talking like you didn't know that we watched it. You after you
I don't know if
accosted
you
us to
watched.
watch it.
I don't know if you watched it. I know Bella watched it because Bella said he just watched it. But I don't know if you did. Ayo, did you watch Sweet
I
Bobby?
texted first. I literally texted after you got angry. I like don't watch it. It's fine. I was like I watched it. I just finished it. Oh, it's fine. But it's fine. Pretend
Anyway,
like you didn't like you didn't
what
force
you
us to
guys,
Okay,
watch.
guys. So
what you guys
we're
think?
talking about Sweet Bobby.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
what did you guys think? Because I laughed the whole time. Like for the first whole hour, I was laughing because I thought it was hilarious.
um okay. I didn't think it was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I actually like saw it as very sad. Like
yeah,
by after like maybe the 15, 20th minutes, I kind of knew this Bobby is not Bobby.
yeah.
That was
Bruh,
kind of clear.
everybody knew Bobby
And
is not
like
Bobby.
From the moment Bobby went into
yeah,
witness protection, it was very clear that Bobby wasn't Bobby. But my question, and I
Bobby
think
was
It
not
took
Bella,
you that
you
long.
and
It took you that long.
everybody was working, and I knew that everybody that is chatting is one person. I kind of knew
I
that.
didn't know that.
I
So I didn't
so
know
I think
that. I did not think that. I thought so when it started,
I saw that.
it started as with her bumping into Bobby at a club, right? And then Bobby
Yes,
was like, and she called him Bobby, and he responded, but he didn't know her. And then she was like, "Oh, I didn't want to
yeah,
embarrass him, so I just left him." I was like, "Okay, that's
Red
odd.
flag.
Why?" No, exactly. I was like, "Why didn't you get home and text him and say, 'Hey, Bobby, I saw you in the club, but you didn't know it was me.'" Blah 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 blah. But she didn't do any of that. So in my head, I was like, "Okay, I knew that there was no real Bobby." But I didn't know it was one person. I thought that it was just a group of people who were pranking her. Like maybe she was being targeted or something because she's on the radio and people know her like from her radio show. So maybe someone was playing a cruel joke on her and they had formed a group and they were like targeting her. But then as the whole thing started to evolve with her cousin, and the cousin, like when Bobby was like, "Oh, my ex-wife is having my baby," and the
yeah.
cousin was like, "Yeah, he really loves you," and she was like, "Yeah, that's okay. We'll take care of them." I was like, "Girl, are you okay?" Yeah, no, that was shocking.
So I think so that we don't go to, but my initial or my take is just this whole thing is sad. Like I remember
Yeah,
there was at the tail end when you see the dad's face and the dad is like, I
yeah.
didn't know this was happening. Like it was just sad. So my take is just it was sad. It was just
I
a
think
very
for me,
sad
it became
for me.
sad.
Anyway,
It became sad when I knew who was behind it. When he was asking her to send selfies, did you see the selfies she was sending? when she was crying in the self-care. I was like, girl, this man is in the computer. He doesn't even talk. He literally, like, let's be serious. I'm not victim blaming here, but I'm like, this man does not even speak to you. Like, when you're on a call, he doesn't talk.
He
He
he's
taps
grunt.
and he grunts. I'm sorry, that
Aya,
was
what's your
funny.
what was your general take on
I
the
was
movie?
I was already mad because that forced us to watch it. So I just went in there with a mad mentality. I was playing it at 1 point something speed because I was already angry.
Do you see?
um,
When I said he didn't watch it, you
be
see?
patient.
I was right.
No, I watched it. What do you mean?
Okay.
I watched it from start to finish. So I
Mm-hmm.
was already mad. When they initially met in the club and she started making excuses for him, that pissed me off because I kind of already thought the kind of person that she is.
Mm.
When she had an 18-year long relationship, I was like, this. Let us be realistic. Like this can only happen to a particular type of person. I'm sorry to say this. So I was like, okay, 18-year long relationship and you're not married is fine. You know what? It's fine. Then the biggest thing that pissed me off was her refusing to be honest with her feelings.
Mm.
She wasn't honest with her feelings then. She wasn't honest with her feelings now. Even during the show.
How
Um,
so?
she okay. So initially, right, she was the when Bobby was in the hospital and in witness protection. Bobby said, "I love you," and she's like, "Ah, I can't even believe you say that to me. Like, bitch, come on."
Yeah.
I
You
believe,
want you
I
want some
believe,
entrepreneurial money with fine boy.
right? You wanna hear something, right? She,
Okay.
according to her parents, the 18-year relationship was finally leading to marriage because they were actually,
Yeah.
according to her mom, they were getting ready.
Mm.
She ended that because of Bobby, or she thought he and Bobby
No.
had something. Biola, let's not kid
Um.
ourselves here. One, two.
Wait.
I will go
Wait.
into second one. The patient. Let me.
Yeah. Let
I'm
Aya
flying now.
finish,
Let
yeah.
me finish first.
I
When
thought it was like a
people,
short overview, but continue. Yeah.
my big,
I'm sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
like
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
shit. People can't be this dumb, but people will always prove you wrong. Witness protection, and I will say this again, is not for rich families that are based in Kenya. It doesn't matter how rich you are, unless you have access to oil in Kenya. Americans are not giving you witness protection. Please
No, but
stop
I
it.
think I you know what,
What kind of
on that point, just before you go on
like
that point, I think the other thing that was very obvious was that witness protection is for someone who witnessed something. She said Bobby got shot in a bad business deal. How is it? Wasn't he a doctor? Bobby's a doctor,
So
and now he's
so
going to
so
Kenya
meaning
to do business and getting shot. And
no
then going into Winter's protection. They
in
took him
these
from
are
hindsight,
family
Kenya to New York. Oh my God. I
he's
laughed.
he's
No, it
he,
was
guys,
funny.
guys, guys,
family
guys.
business.
First things
No,
first, eh? First
but
things first.
for in
Be
hindsight,
patient, Bella.
in
Bella,
hindsight,
be
okay,
patient.
I am finished.
Let me finish my rant. Let me finish. Now you guys ask me. Let me finish. First is first. Eh? What kind of witness protection does everybody under the planet know about? Like, according to witness protection, if your wife divorces you during witness protection, because if the threat to witness protection doesn't exist for you alone, it exists for your own family. They relocate
Hmm.
you and your own
Of
family.
course.
How is that you got a divorce during witness protection?
That's why she was
But
rejected now.
the patient, oh, how are you getting witness protection, but still sleeping with your ex, but you are paralyzed in one side, you're in the hospital, you can't talk,
And you
but you
can't
can
talk.
convince this woman who is your ex. Nah, man, I'm tired. Let's not lie to each other. Let's not lie to each other. She wants to be this thing about she destroyed my life. Nah, nigga, you destroyed your own life. Oh. Nah, man. 9 years of your life
I
given to
think
fake witness protection.
See why I was
This man
laughing when I
hasn't
was watching
provided you.
it.
This man hasn't provided you with a single picture of a. When people are being held hostage, they even give them picture with calendar of dates. It's like this is what I'm doing. No? You haven't got it. Let's say voice is not working.
no,
What kind of
she
witness
got
protection
pictures.
can you?
She didn't get video.
Yola? She didn't get pictures. No, she didn't get pictures after it went after
No,
the She didn't get pictures.
She
She had
did.
pictures from the Facebook account that was already
Yeah.
established. She never got any
Did they
That's
send
pictures.
her
true.
The
any
pictures,
pictures? Yeah.
it didn't. Secondly, man, what kind of biggest potential allows you to talk to somebody throughout the night, but you can't video call, but you can what, what else are they what else? What kind of at that stage they can find you now? They can find
No,
you.
I
What else
think
can they find?
uh
Uh,
again using Demi's lines, I don't want to come across we don't want to, we're not
Sorry,
victim blaming, right? But
sorry, I was
honestly,
wrong. I
we
was
also
wrong.
just have to be honest. Like,
No, Bella, sorry, I was wrong.
yeah,
She got pictures. She got pictures. Guys, she actually got pictures. Not from Bobby himself. She got pictures from the people that with Bobby in the hospital. Now, if you can
yeah.
get pictures, why can't you keep video on? Brian Nash, she deserves to be. I'm not okay. She doesn't deserve. Nobody deserves it. But given the extent that it ran for,
There was a lot of I don't want to even use the word red flags. 'Cause red flags mean like you need some like high level sense to
eh,
be able to decipher it. There
these
were a
are not
lot
red
of
that's not
flags.
red
Like
flag.
the
sneaky
man was
zones
covered in
and
he
It's
was
not even a
nah,
covered
man. Let's
nah.
not blame a man
in
in this.
red.
Let's not blame a man in this. Let's not blame a man in this.
No,
My
I'm
thing
not
is, how
blaming
is
him. I'm
somebody
saying he was
making
covered like the
no,
Bobby in quotes was covered in
no,
red
I hear you.
because I was like,
How is
that was
somebody
why I was laughing
how is
because I
somebody
was
that
like,
can't talk? How somebody that can't talk making your life miserable, making you quit your job? If I believe sometimes that
never mind
person
quitting
just
your
wants to
job.
be paid.
No, Ayo, she also didn't go to her grandmother when the grandmother was sick because she wanted to sleep on the phone with Bobby. I was like, girl,
My
this man
guy,
is in a computer.
So guys, guys, now I want us to look at it from another angle, right?
Okay.
And
look,
from the
the
angle
other
of the
point
person,
and go.
the actual cousin. No, I'm not trying to say there's the fact that ship has sailed. She clearly was just she's a mumu. If you don't know what mumu means, you can't Google it. I'm talking about now the person who is creating 60 characters, also talking to her throughout the night.
No,
Like,
that person is a genius.
no, she
Listen, when you are committed to your
there's a
craft,
lot of
this
hard
is
work
commitment
there.
to
I
your
don't know
craft.
about genius.
I think that
Your
girl might
I
genius
have
don't know
level.
about genius.
that girl might have
She's a
split
genius.
personalities.
Now, is she crazy? Yes, but geniusness is geniusness. Please don't
No,
stop.
no, no,
Don't
no,
please,
chill. No,
Bella.
no, wait, chill.
You can't commit to
Ayo,
that level of hard work. You can't commit to that level of hard work for
No,
nothing.
no,
Do you know? Wait, do you know what's
she's
funny?
dedicated and hardworking. That
Do you
I
know what
agree.
was funny?
But why I'm not going genius is okay,
Yeah.
Demi, what was funny?
No, I just wanted
No,
to
this
add
is
that you know
genius. I
the
disagree.
cousin. The cousin was actually a vice president at one of the top UK banks. The cousin who was tormenting her was a vice president at
Wow.
one of the top UK banks. So please imagine you have a
Yeah.
banking job and you still have time and energy to do.
To be doing all this.
Do you understand that this cousin would have had to not have a relationship to
Do you
sacrifice?
guys know that
The
story?
sacrifice
Do you know
is genius
wait,
level alone. The sacrifice alone that she
Ayo,
has made in her own personal life.
What
do you know
story,
that Bible
Bella?
Ah,
story of
Which one?
where many demons enter somebody and they're like, we are legion, we are many. There are many
Yes.
inside her. Because how did she do
no.
all this? Many things
That,
are inside her.
she controlled you while you are on
She
live radio with multiple people and she's at her work. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That means she's doing
And
her job.
wait.
She's having her life.
Ayo,
She's
she's
talking
not
to
just
people.
working.
Why?
She's not just working. She's successful at what she's doing. She's a VP of a bank.
She's a genius, Biola. She's a genius.
Ah,
The ability to keep up both
um,
lives. That's genius level.
what lives? 60 lives. We are many.
I think I
And
think
this
the
is
funny
prior to
Ah,
AI.
the
This is
funny
prior to
part
AI.
the funny
So
part
that
for
means
me,
she couldn't even be uploading messages and be uploading. She did so
you
little
know,
with so much. I mean, sorry, she did so
people
much with
write
so little.
books and they're like, you write like you know how Lord of the Rings has so many characters
mhm.
and all. This is like Lord of the Rings times 10 because you are
In
doing it
real life,
in
in
lifetime.
real life, you have to convince
Ah,
an individual
Do
that
you
she
know what
shouldn't
cracks me? Do you know what
to
cracks
drop
me
her
up?
support system.
Do you know what cracks me up was when she created the group with the cousins, 29 cousins, and added Kirat to it.
No,
And she
she made
was
that
the
person's life
29
easier.
cousins.
No, no, she made that person's life easier. Because now, instead of having to go through multiple sources and try to correlate her story, She can just see which story she has to reply to as who. She made her life easier for even made the person's life
No,
easier.
so my take
Nah,
on
man.
this is this,
Crazy.
like, why, like, even if I have that, I'm not saying I do, but even if I had that level of intelligence and energy and hard work, like, why would guy go through all that? That's a lot
I
of
think
work.
it's
Because
one of two
it's
things.
working.
No, it's one
It's
of
working.
two
It's
things.
like
No, I think it's one of two things. Either she really hated her cousin and she could sustain the hate for 9 years, or she was in love with her cousin.
9 years.
One of two. Because I don't think
it's
I
not
can hate
no,
somebody for 9 years.
no.
Like,
It's
I
not
can't
eight.
hate
I don't
someone for
think this is
9 years.
eight.
I don't care.
Eight.
It has
No.
to be love.
Let me tell you something.
No, I think
This is not eight.
no,
It's not
Demi,
even
I
love.
Demi. What
It's not
what
love.
I
It's not eight.
suspect,
It's not love. I
Ayo,
will tell you this
what I
now. This
suspect.
started out as a prank.
Uh-huh.
This started out as
Yes.
a prank, and she realized that this person is willing to listen. If this person is willing, remember that when this thing started, now there were time gaps.
Hmm.
They were like
Yeah.
large enough time gaps that they didn't communicate. So it was simply as I'm bored, and because she started out as a
What?
teenager, so it wasn't love. I am bored, and I need because they were not even in the same country when they started out. She was in Kenya. She stayed in England. So
Mm.
it was there was nothing that she could have done to a teenager could have caused that level of hate and love. She wasn't that. I'm sorry to say, she wasn't that pretty. She's not like she was Miss Indian Kenya slash England. She's not. It was simply
Only
because
India
she
can.
was she was gullible and the other person was born. I'm like, how far can I take this? I think like, wait, let's keep going.
That's what I was
I
about
did
to
tell
say.
you,
Like, at some point,
witness
no,
protection. I tell you,
for it to be nine
witness
years,
protection.
for it to be 9 years, at some point it became a challenge. Like, how far can I take this?
Bruh,
How long
Yeah.
can I keep
exactly.
this up? What can I make her do? Like,
This
can
isn't
I
it.
first,
This is
I'm sure at some point it was send nudes. From sending nudes, that
bruh.
one is not even hard anymore.
She sent
Do
you. She
and she
sent it,
just kept
and you know
stepping
she
it up,
sent it.
stepping it up, stepping up, stepping up,
They're like,
stepping up, stepping up.
they're like,
Lose your job. She lost the job, and she's just like, okay, okay.
they're like,
So I don't
you
even
know
think
the
it was
part
a
that made
love
me
or hate
laugh.
thing at some
You
point.
know,
It was
you know
just
the part that made me laugh. It's like when they talk about. So did you guys add a second relationship? Like, I don't think that's an appropriate question. I don't think that was necessary because I'm like, why did they touch on it? By the way, if somebody is that defensive, you know that they did. You know that she was
Yeah.
jerking off to that
no,
thing.
of
You
course,
know whatever the cousin
no,
was
no,
saying.
no, no, no. This
My
is
thing is,
so
she did not.
if
My
the
thing is, she did
person
not even get
if
it.
the person can make you lose your job, you
Bruh,
definitely send nudes. That one is
bruh.
Yes.
My thing
that
is,
one was basic.
bruh.
That's primary
Bella,
one. That will
Bella, my
happen
thing
in
is,
the first
she didn't.
3 months. So
Bella, listen. Bella, listen. My thing is, she didn't even get a big pic. She was working off imagination for 9 years. Nah,
Maybe you know what? Maybe she got a dick pic that was downloaded from the internet. You don't know.
she did not. If she did, they would have shown it because it's not a real big pic.
they
You
may
don't know which, or
they
they
may
have
not have
shown
shown it.
blood it.
They may not have
No, they
shown
would have shown blood images of it. The only image she
it. So
got was
in
sick bed, and she worked
in
with
a
sick bed.
defense,
She worked with
in a
wires and
defense.
cables. Ah,
Oh
nonsense.
my
I'm sorry
God.
to say, wires and
So
cables, my
No.
guy.
Yeah, Bella, go on.
I know that like it can't happen, but I wish this cousin had actually come to the movie and talked. I wish he did. I
I
kind
just
of wish he did,
I
but
just want to know why she did it.
No,
Because I
like,
was like, how can you
cause me,
fuck with your
the only
cousin?
thing,
I'm not pissed with her.
the only thing that was
No,
necessary is why she did it. I don't even want her to talk because I like the point of view I got enough. Because I don't want her to reveal why she did how she did it because that will ruin the magic for
no,
me.
not how
I
no,
like how
not how she
gullible
did
the
it.
other
No, no,
person
Not
no,
is.
no.
how, it's why. Like,
Why
what
is
was her
why is
reason?
the only reason, and I don't
Because,
think
I
like,
and that is why I'm
actually,
telling you. I don't even think she has a good reason. That's what it's
yeah,
simply
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
kept
I
rolling.
concur with
He
you,
just
Ayo,
kept
on that one.
rolling.
I do.
He just
I
kept
do.
rolling
I concur with
because
Ayo on that one. I think it was a
first of all,
prank. It started as a
who is
prank.
surviving?
She,
Yella,
I
who's
think,
surviving
wait,
six
it's
bullets in
possible.
Kenya and getting flown to the
It's
US?
it's possible.
But
I think maybe this girl, like, Kirat has always liked Bobby, and maybe everybody in the family kind of knew Kirat likes Bobby, and
do
that's
you
what
know
started the
what?
prank.
No, do you know
It
what?
started
Yeah,
as a prank.
I don't think it was even that. I think it was the fact that Bobby was from a well-known family. Because remember, even her family said they knew of his family. So I think he's from a popular family. And for her, there was that sense of like, oh, imagine I end up in this type of family. Do you get what I mean? It's like
Yes,
Otedola's
definitely.
daughter, like
Yeah.
potentially being your partner. Like someone's like, you could marry Otedola's daughter. Like she has sent you a
Even
Facebook
after nine
message.
years, I would have gotten over it. My
But
thing is
that's the
okay.
thing,
Yeah,
she didn't
on
because no, she didn't. Sorry, my phone keeps moving around. She didn't because for them, for her, the status was important. That's why she didn't marry the other guy. Notice how we didn't hear anything about the other guy's family. We didn't hear anything about him.
I
Like,
agree.
but this Bobby
One thing I
was
wanted
like,
to say, yeah.
she was like really into
No, I don't
Bobby
think
and the
it's.
idea of Bobby. I think that was it. Like the
I don't
idea
think
of
it's
being part
status
of Bobby's
alone. I don't think
family.
it's status alone because
Yeah.
I don't think because after two divorces, there's no status going on too. My thing is like one thing I want to say is also like on a serious note, the cousin is crazy. Like I'm not saying she's for me she's a genius, but she
Yeah,
is
she's very
crazy. Let
smart.
us also
Yeah.
admit she's like something
She's
is wrong
crazy.
there. Like something is wrong
Yeah. Yeah.
because at some point in time, why are you making her stay on the phone with you and cry? If somebody is crying on the phone with me for hours, I'm tired. I don't care what I love you.
Even the
I
selfies that
want
she
this
I
was
think
sending, and
that's
she was crying in her selfies. Did you guys see those selfies? That she was
bruh,
weeping.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bruh.
Oh.
Nah, it is.
So
Mike,
no,
it's simple. It's
but
simple,
yeah,
yeah.
guys, why
Even people that have
I think let's
online
not let
relationship, they take video calls. This is bullshit. 9 years.
yeah,
Nonsense.
9 years.
Do we
Not
have
nine
any
months,
advice for
I
people that are
think
9 days.
getting?
I think the other part for me that really just made it seem like this girl is not serious is that Bobby finally made it to the UK, Bobby in code. And they both agreed that he won't see her for the next 2 days. What kind of stupid ass
Wait,
agreement is that?
wait,
You've
bruh.
been dating
Forget
for
about that.
years.
Wait, whose flight is he tracking? And that question, this girl is smart. I promise you, the content is a genius, guys. I'm telling you, you guys are underestimating. Whose flight is she tracking?
No, she would have
Do you
just
think
found
the
any
person
flight
flew to
that was going.
America to fly back?
She
No,
just
no,
find
she
a
would have just
flight.
found the flight that was going from the
No, you
US
have
to
to find the
American.
ticket. No,
No, no,
no,
you can
because
use
she
the
sent
flight
ticket.
number. You can use
Oh,
the
because
flight number and
apparently
just
she
say,
sent
this is
ticket
the
also.
time I'm traveling. You don't need the ticket. You can just say, this is the
And
time I'm
Okay,
traveling. And then you can track that
all right.
flight,
and
even if the person is
you
not on the
see,
flight.
Also, how come it took you nine
yeah.
years to hire PI and PI found you? Do you see how dumb people are? 9 years, one PI, one day.
And
Ah,
it's less than a day. Less than a day.
bruh, you
For me,
found
the part
solution to
that
your
made me go,
problems.
the part that made me go, and like I felt that way before, but I don't vocally said it was when she said she went to try and find his house, right? And then he said, "I can see
Yeah.
you.
Alone,
I'm looking at." I'm just
alone
like,
again,
what? I
alone
like,
again.
come on,
I
come
First
think,
things first,
on.
now.
I think
First
there's
things first, right?
also,
So
yeah,
yeah,
go on. No,
no,
you go.
my thing is again. I'm not saying anybody can be catfish. Like you can actually meet
Yeah,
people
yeah,
on
yeah,
dating apps that are not by
of
themselves.
course.
The
Hmm.
thing that made this one unique, and I think you are not admit that this is unique, is firstly length of time. Length of time is crazy for a catfish you didn't meet in person. It's not like
Hmm.
you all have enough money to travel. You all have enough passports to travel. Because if you are Nigerian and you are catfishing
Yeah.
somebody in Ukraine, maybe it's possible you can't have the ticket.
Because
They won't give you the visa to
you need
travel to
your
Ukraine.
you need a liter of blood to get visa, so we can
Bruh,
understand. But you are
exactly.
Kenyan,
So
you are
you
Indian, and you are
English,
British. Come on, one
you
passport will do
bruh,
something for you now.
bruh. Secondly, is the weak. I'm sorry to say, weakness protection is enough for any 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 catfishing to stop.
I think
At that
for me,
stage, it's
okay,
like,
so when I started the let me not lie, the part that made me kind of laugh was when she started like googling what witness protection is. I was just like, what is kilo? What is this now? So you actually went to search what witness protection is, and you believed all the nonsense that you were getting told.
that means she read and she was still delusional
No, no,
about Bobby,
but
and
the
she's
let's
telling
go
us
into
and
for
she's
me
telling us that she
why I
didn't
think
love
it
him.
worked.
She
No,
didn't love him.
why did it work?
Ha,
I think Demi touched on it when she said that the idea of Bobby, just the
Mhm.
idea of I'm not married into this prestigious family was what
Yeah.
made her just be like, no matter how red this thing is in front of me, right? I'm going
I
to
will
focus
go.
on my goal. I'm going.
Yep.
So she just kept like, even if there's a 1% chance this is true, I want to hold on to that 1% chance because I want my family name or whatever to be
Hmm.
like raised up and
Yep.
Guys, can I say this?
And she wanted to
Can
have
we be honest?
kids.
Can we be honest? If she didn't hire
I don't
PI,
think it's not children, no. Not
if she
children
did
that would
hire
cause
PI,
this one, no.
if she did hire PI, do you think they could have continued for up to now? I swear they could have continued. I promise you. If she did
Imagine,
hire
and the
PI, they
cousin
will
would
still be
still be
dating.
in a job. Oh, and
In
people are
fact,
saying the cousin
in
might be
fact,
married now, even.
that's
Go
what I was
outside.
thinking. They would have
She's
married
probably
each other
married now.
online. No, I know. I meant they would have married each other online without family consent. That's how far I think that they would have taken this. That's how far I think they would have taken
No,
this.
no, but
Because
okay.
by the time AI is
Another part to
introduced,
that.
by the time AI is
Yeah,
introduced, it's over. It's over.
yeah,
Because now
it's
you can
over.
make AI videos. AI videos with that many pictures that that person had. If this
Yeah,
was
hey?
if this was now,
No,
but she
that's
didn't even see
scary.
nothing to back then.
But
Also, I
another
blame
thing
Facebook.
again is
I blame Facebook for this. I blame Facebook for this.
Facebook.
I
What's
blame
it
Why?
Facebook
concern
for this.
Facebook? No, for me,
Facebook
the
made this
funny part
super
is
easy. Just keep creating profiles.
open email. I'm sure she probably had email of Slim Round 1, Slim Round 2 at gmail.com, Slim Round 3 at gmail.com, Slim Round 4 at gmail.com, Slim Round
Just keep
60
opening
at
email.
gmail.com. No,
Just
for me,
keep
I think the
opening
part
email.
that
But
made
like, you want to say
when
something?
she
Yeah.
eventually went to Bobby's house, when she
Yeah.
went to Bobby's house, right, to meet the
Mm-hmm.
real Bobby, and Bobby's
Mm-hmm.
like, and she's blaming this is the part that made me go like, this cousin is just because she didn't make up the baby's name. She didn't make up
Yeah.
the baby pic. Like she got the wife's name. She
Yeah.
where the wife
She
lives.
had the
Like
right information.
so
Yeah.
this is so she had the right information to even go and ruin another person's marriage. Eh?
No, no, but
You know what was
I think
interesting to
those
me
And the part where
though?
she was like the part that was to tell you how like also delusional Kirat is she says I'm getting a call from Bobby while I'm there. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's the wife that is inside.
no, that one I can
When she said
understand.
that
It's
part,
like
I
they're
just said
all
that no.
no. I think that one is from shock. It's like they're all in on it at this stage. You know when your
They're
reality
all
is
doing me.
collapsing. You
But
know when
I
your
thought it
reality is
was
collapsing and you're making up stuff.
I thought it was also weird how even now that she's talking about the story, she still doesn't realize that Bobby and his wife were actual victims. Like someone who was basically scraping their life
Yeah.
off their social media and
Yeah.
creating different personas and
Because
storylines. And she was like,
she
oh, they
almost killed
locked.
the wife.
Exactly.
No,
No, she said they locked their door with a chain. Like I was going to break down the door. I'm like, yes, they don't know you. Imagine you show up at
Ah,
somebody's house and they told you they don't know you. Do you want them to open the door and give you a hug? And she was like, when she
and
got there, she
you
was
know
like,
their son's
I
name.
understand.
yeah, and she told them,
You
oh,
know
I,
you
I'm
know the
taking
man's
this
name.
boy,
You
I'm
know the
taking this
wife's
boy
name.
as my stepson. I'm taking him as my stepson. You were telling that to them.
No,
Ah, no,
one thing I will say is that
no.
man, I hear you, but after 9 years, man, fuck everybody else. I'm the bigger victim. I'm the one in pain here.
And the
I'm sorry.
police were
Those
right.
people
Like,
were like those people suffered for like what 5 minutes. I've suffered 9 years, guys. Fuck that. You don't know pain. I thought I was going to get married, and in fact, I've been engaged for 6 years. Are you people mad? You guys
but how did
have been engaged for 6 years.
my other question is, how did the community not pick up? Like, even though her mom said, yeah, Bobby said not to discuss this with anybody, surely she would have told one of her friends.
No,
Or was
but
it
she
the idea
discussed
of
it. There
Bobby's
were
family?
families
So,
involved. She discussed it. The only person that did not know was the father. She discussed it with
no, but then
everybody
how
knows.
did they not pick up that the Bobby is not real, that Bobby is married? Because those type of communities, they know everything about each other. So how did they not pick up that, no, the
Yeah.
Bobby you're talking about is married?
Well,
No,
there
well,
are,
he was married before, then he got divorced now. They just did
okay,
not know that
true,
the divorce is not real.
true. No, to
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
the divorce was real. No, the divorce was real because there's no saying that Bobby did not actually divorce his first wife. It's the second wife that. So
No.
Bobby remarried.
Yeah,
No,
I
Bobby
remember
remarried
he
because
was
he
married
showed
when he
images
met
of the first
Yeah,
wife.
yeah,
Kirat,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then he
yeah,
said he
yeah.
was getting divorced and then he married Sanj.
Uh, not
And
even
then
gonna
left
lie. This
Sanj.
this cousin
Wait,
is the
wait,
no.
wait.
This
He
cousin
left
is the goat.
Sanj. His right side stopped working. He couldn't talk. And then
But he
while
still
the
managed
What
witness
to
made her
protection,
put
pregnant?
a
he had
baby.
sex.
He still managed to put a baby. So that means half dick was erected, half dick was not. Ah, I don't even know how that works. I don't even know. I don't even know.
No, I'm sorry.
Nah.
I feel like Kirat was a willing participant in her own suffering in a way, on some level. I feel like she
She
had
had
already
to,
created,
and I,
she had created an image of what this was going to be like, and she didn't want to confront the idea that it wasn't true. Like the moment he said, "I'm having a
I
baby with
agree.
Sanj," that should have, I don't know, triggered something in her brain to be like, maybe this guy is
what do you
still
mean
sleeping
by
with his wife.
Demi? I will give her 2 years. After 2 years, you just sit down with yourself and be like, I have not seen this person in a video call before.
And they're telling me not
I
to
not
not to
seen
go to
what you
work.
said. Uh-uh,
I'm just
uh-uh,
honestly, to be fair, on a
uh-uh.
serious note, it is sad. It is sad. It is sad for her. But it's difficult to feel sad for her. But the amount of years she lost is sad. But
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least now, unless she physically touches whatever is going on in her life, she will be fine. I believe she will be. I feel like for the rest of her life,
So,
she
what
should
I
You
not
will, what
think
she
I
should
will
so?
say,
not be catfished again. She should. I'm saying she should not. If it happens again to the same person, at that stage she needs to be committed. She needs to be
it's
committed.
not the world, is you. But I think
It
what I
is
want to
you.
say is this, and to be fair, I commend her for coming out with this
I would
because,
not be able to share that
like,
type of story.
No, no, she's making money
I
for me,
like,
guys. She has to be making money for me
wait,
because there's
no,
nobody's getting this thing out
also,
of me without me getting money from it.
also,
Because I can't
another thing
get
is
an
this,
husband anymore. I can't get an husband
Ayo,
anymore. It's over. Once this stuff comes out in the
also.
UK, who's marrying you?
No, it's possible. Some people, maybe not someone in our community, but someone may marry her actually. But
Yeah.
that's
All
beside the
right.
point. I think another thing again is this: is that she's most likely not the only one in the world. There are many people like her. It's just that they don't want to talk about. It's too shameful to talk about.
No,
So
no,
this
9 years.
she's
No,
giving
they're
a
not getting
voice.
catfish
She's
and
giving a
no,
voice.
no, Biola, I disagree. 9 years by their cousin.
She's
Fuck
giving a
that. There's not
voice to
many
the
people.
voiceless.
There's not many people for 9 years. Who is that committed? Forget about the victim, the perpetrator. Who is that?
Wait.
Who's
Ayo,
committed for 9 years?
wait. You just said something now.
Nonsense.
She's going to be a loyal wife. This is loyalty that you don't find elsewhere.
She's not going to be
If
loyal
she
anymore,
married
my
a
guy.
lawyer.
After 9 years, the loyalty is gone. My guy, like after you can't
No,
have that level of loyalty anymore. She's
I
not even going to
also,
be a proper wife now.
do you know what?
yo,
Yeah, I also wonder if part
Trust
of the
issues.
reason she was so committed to Bobby was that she didn't feel like she could date outside her community. Because you know how she was like, oh, I wanted to date, I wanted to marry, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, it was always like within the community. And I'm like, why didn't you just
Guys,
date
let's
outside?
talk
You're
this.
going to the UK.
Guys,
The UK is so
guys, let's talk
but
this.
diverse.
Guys, let's talk this. Let's talk this.
Demi,
Bella,
let's be
calm down.
fair. Let's be fair. Wait, I know. Let me say this part. Her
Go
dad,
ahead.
maybe the mom did not really say it, but the dad said it. We were bringing people to this girl. Oh. Now
And
she
she
they
was
said them no.
rejecting
Oh.
them.
The man said it. Oh.
Uh-uh,
So it's not
That's
like there is no
no,
true.
option. No.
no, no. This one is different. Though. When they said
Let's
that,
just say that one.
they said when she left, when she finished high school and she went to college, that was when they were like when she
Uh-huh.
found the thing. That was when they were bringing people. After some
I'm
time, they
sure it
stopped
didn't
bringing
stop.
people, or people stopped showing up. No, actually, in fact, they were not bringing people.
I doubt it.
People were coming because back then she was very. Back then, people were coming back then. After 18 years of on and off relationship, people stopped coming. They believe that you have a problem. Because also, who is not marrying you after 18 years? In
No,
fact,
they
after 18
actually,
years,
do you know the funny thing is, because the community is so small, they might have believed she was going to marry that guy. And that's the problem with being in an on and
exactly
off relationship with someone who's not stable. And oh, you have a small
18
community. People
years.
just assume that's your husband. And then the guy
In fact,
leaves, and
I believe you know what? I believe that she's doing better. Because the initial one was 18 years. Now this one is 9 years. Approximately 6 years. So she's been doing better. Because for the first 3 years, they were not dating, apparently. They were in love, but
yeah.
they were not dating.
So
But
you're saying
after
the
that,
next one will be 3 years? Is that it, based on your
no.
calculations? Or 2 years,
I'm saying
rather?
that she will get better. So let's say it's 2 years and then she will find the love of her life there. Maybe. I'm trying to be open. But also, this thing has happened years ago and she hasn't found somebody. So maybe, she still needs to work on trauma.
No. So this is it. Yeah. Because now she's probably seeing red flags everywhere. Any mistake you make, anything that
Yeah.
I
is
don't.
any
Yeah.
human error, she's gonna be like, I'm
She
out.
doesn't
As long
give
Don't
the
as she
worry.
vibe
doesn't date
of,
online, I
she
think she'll
doesn't,
be fine.
you know the
In
funny thing,
fact, if she
she
video
doesn't,
calls you, if she video calls you and you cut it, she's cutting it off.
you know the funny
She's
thing I
not
get
dating
from
you
her,
anymore.
the vibe I get from her is that she's not the type who would still cut you off. I feel like she's still very committed to the idea of I want to be a mother and I want to be a wife,
Of
that
marrying.
she might still extend some grace to you, like she might still be like, let's see, maybe. She just gives that vibe. Because even when she was talking about Bobby,
It's
the whole Bobby
possible.
thing, she wasn't mad. Like, the way she spoke about Bobby, it seems like she was still like fond of Bobby, like hopeful. Like, I was
Bobby,
like,
do you want a second wife?
I think that one that one I think it was strange to me, but maybe it's because they got her into like this place where it's production, right? Like they were producing a
yeah,
show. They needed to
yeah,
kind of
true.
lay things out and stuff. But even
Yeah.
then, she didn't cry enough when they got to the crying stage.
Uh-uh.
Also, did she? She cried.
I
She
was
cried for
like,
6 years. She started crying.
when
Maybe.
I found out that it was her cousin, I was like, if it was me,
After 9 years, she has cried and cried
I
and
won't
cried.
be on
So
Netflix. If my cousin did that, I'll be in jail sharing my story from there. There's no way I'll be, because I would have beaten that cousin. Like, and the cousin came to your house to tell you, and both of
she
you were
said,
looking
she
at each
said,
other.
don't
There is
don't
even
don't
private
tell the police.
apology.
It's me.
There's even private apology. Didn't you
Yeah,
hear?
she said private
Yeah, and
apology.
I think she
And
she
she
paid
she paid
out.
her. She paid
Yeah, she
her.
paid
She
out some
paid her.
money.
She paid her and gave her.
That
Yeah.
one, I
So
mean, she's vice president of the bank. He's rich enough now. Come on. And that one
Yeah,
family
no.
didn't even mind. It's like you entertained me for 9 years. You can take this.
The fact that the
oh
cousin was
God.
even buying her gifts, buying her jewelry. I thought it was going to be like Tinder Swindler, where like the guy will start asking for money, and then I
Too.
was even
Me
telling you,
too.
I said,
No no
I
no
hope
no no.
I hope the end of this thing will not be a Nigerian guy because I don't think I can deal with that. Only for her to say it was my cousin. I
I
was like, what? Which is
My thing is, I was incredibly. I thought it was going to like there would be multiple victims, but you were alone in this. I was incredibly bored. I was like, this thing was taking because they spent like they built it up like. Firstly, it was too long. The explanation was too long. Like
It was
it
too
was like
long. Yeah.
one
I
hour,
agree with you
1 hour,
now.
1 hour of just talking about stuff. I
We
was
could have
getting pissed.
watched. We could have watched that in 30 minutes less
30
and got to the
minutes.
same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like,
but
you
here's
keep showing
my
us
It's fine.
text
Look,
messages
look,
that we
look.
don't care
But
about.
if she went through that for 9 years, please, y'all can watch something for 1 hour 45 minutes.
exactly.
No,
So,
we're not that gullible. We're not that gullible because we knew that it was fake.
But do you know what my question is? You know how at the end they said the cousin said she did this because of something that happened in high school. What do you guys think happened between
No,
them?
she said I started. No, she said I
no, she
started this in
was
high
in
school.
high
Started.
She didn't say I
school.
did it. She
She
started it.
started
She
it in
said
high
it
school.
started when he was in high school. Nothing
Witness, that's
happened.
what witness
No, she
protection.
said no. She said
That's
due
a
to
high school thing.
events. No, she said due to events that started when I was a schoolgirl. Like that's what happened. Like she did this
No,
in
she
response.
said
Yeah.
this event
No.
That is so PR rated.
I respect it though. Numerous. She has a lawyer. She's like, let me tell you something. I am a VP. I have money. I have lawyer, and my lawyer has advised me to say this. That was simply what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, that was funny.
Hey,
Anyways,
that's
Well, anyways, I think do we have any tips you want for people out
don't
there
date.
who are in relationships
Don't
or
date.
starting
Don't get
relationships?
engaged. How can someone propose to you on Microsoft Paint and you accept? For Christ's sakes, like don't get engaged. Someone you haven't seen. I think that's like
if
you don't
this
need to
person
tell
is
people
in,
that.
if, no, damn it, stop. If this person was shot 6 times in witness protection, half stroke, and he's still engaging to you, like what kind?
Do
That's
you
romantic as fuck.
do you remember when they
Dissect it.
said? Do you remember when they said Bobby was
Dissect that kind of
dying?
proposal.
Remember when they said Bobby was dying and she should
Exactly.
send a voice note for his
I
last
gave him life.
hours, and she was like,
I gave him life.
Bobby. I said, God,
I
for someone
I
you've
gave him
not
life.
seen.
That proposal is mine. Please, don't
I'm
destroy the
sorry.
proposal.
Like
That's
she.
what my
Okay,
say.
okay. So
I hope she
guys,
has
Since I
moved
didn't
out
say
of
it through,
London.
Amani.
the the question was, what tips do you have so that other people will not fall for Bobby? Pick Bobby. Please help the
No,
people.
it's simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple, right? It's very simple, guys. At the very least, man, put a timeline on things. Firstly, video call is a must.
Yes.
Secondly, meet up with these people after a particular time. Like set yourself a time that is conducive to your to how soon you want to have kids. If you feel like your timeline, this is for the females. So if it's for the guys, it's simple. Just physically touch people after a while. Physically touch people, but also this lack of video calling. This idea that we can stay on Skype for years, but we cannot video call each other. Guys, but we can
And
get pictures.
like, how did she?
You
No,
can sleep. You
no,
can
no, no,
sleep with
no.
other people on in the hospital bed. You can be making babies in hospital bed, but I cannot see you. Are we mad? Are we mad?
So yeah, but like
Nonsense.
again, we're not
In fact,
victim blaming, but we just have to
what
say it as it
hospital?
is.
What hospital is letting people have sex with people that are having stroke? Let's start. What kind of witness protection is this nonsense? What kind of witness protection is providing conjugal visits
I think for
to
me, I think
to
to be
divorced
honest,
wives?
I think to be honest, the thing is also like perhaps sometimes don't be too attached to a destination because I think that was really ultimately what
Okay.
affected her. Like it was the destination of
Yeah,
I'm married and I'm with a proper family and was what clouded her judgment
a
in my
prominent
opinion.
family. Yeah,
Yeah, like I feel like when you're too attached to a destination, you don't see how your life could unfold differently, right? And also like just
I
the
said
sense
it.
of like because there are people like that. There are people who are like, oh, it has to be like this. I mean, if it's not like this, it's not good enough. And so they end up
it's not
in
good.
her situation where you're just
I
like
agree
fooling
with you.
yourself.
I agree with you, but I think the bigger thing that really kept her going, and I think the thing that really like made the biggest impact in this whole thing, and honestly, I believe it's simple. It's simply because she believed that she was his only support system. She believed that he's alive for her. She believed
Yeah,
like
I was
those
going to
things
come.
were
I was going to
bigger.
come to that.
True, true, true.
I was going to come to that. I
Yeah,
think this is
those
something that a lot of
True,
women
true,
deal with. A
true.
lot of women, and I don't know why this is, but a lot of women like to feel like they have earned the love that they're getting. They like to
not even
feel
like no.
like,
She believes she has saved him. She believes
yeah,
that I
yeah, that's
saved
the
this
thing.
person
Yeah,
my
exactly.
whole
So
life. You get my point,
she has
yeah.
earned his love. He's a project. Like she has worked so hard on him, and now she deserves him. Like she's helping him. She's
Yeah,
building him.
She
Like
has
they like.
invested so
yeah.
much.
Exactly. They like a
So
good friend. And
No,
my thing with women is I'm just
guys,
like, girl, take a step back and be a soft girl. Like you don't need
doesn't
to be
this
doing all of
doesn't
this
this
at all.
doesn't this remind you of a certain Tyler Perry movie,
Which one? Which
Anemone?
therapy? Huh? Acrimony.
Acrimony or
Ah,
whatever
that's a
the name is.
different
The one
story.
with the
That one's
no,
a
it
completely
is, but
different story.
ultimately, you know why, ne? It is the fact that you are leaving me. I nursed you back to health, and now you are leaving me for the ex-wife that dumped you during your worst moment. Doesn't it kind of feel like I was
That's
there
not
for
the
you
oh,
when
you
you
story of
went
went you went
alone.
the
acrimony.
extra.
Now you left me. I was be patient, be patient. Listen, it's the same feeling, not the same story. I was there for
Okay.
you at your lowest. I practically like provided for you throughout all these years. But once you left, once you like got back on your feet, now you are married this pretty one and everything.
Oh,
I deserve
yeah, no,
you.
I,
I
do you
deserve
know
that
what?
money. That is
Do you
my
know,
life.
do you know what?
And
Yeah, I always
let's
tell,
sprinkle. You also got her pregnant.
do you know what? Yeah,
On top of it,
my big
while
thing
I
is
kept you
just,
alive, but
wait,
your duty is working for her.
my big thing with women is I'm always like, please don't take on a guy that is a project. If a guy is not up to the standard of what you want, don't date him. Save yourself the trouble. Don't take, except you genuinely love him and you're not seeing him as a project, because that's another thing. When you're just like, oh, okay, I really
No,
like the
no,
guy, I'm gonna be with him. But if you
But
don't
wait,
like the guy,
you
Ayo,
can you can be
Ayo,
a
I want to
project.
say this,
You
no?
can be a project
Ayo,
together.
okay,
That's the
finish,
thing.
yeah.
It's like you can
then
because you
nobody's
decided
seeing
of
no
you see
Ayo, in that case, then
no
nobody's seeing
the
the other
18
one as a project they're working on. Both of you are growing
I
together, so
agree.
it's
The 18
different.
year the 18-year relationship was a project. They haven't I'm sure that's one of the reasons the guy said that cannot marry his finances. They were both projecting.
No, but can I say something? Can I say something? This
Go
is just
ahead.
women doing women, no? Woman doing woman at the end, eh? Can we
I
acknowledge it?
agree. This is
Can we
this,
acknowledge it?
this is women on women violence. No guy was armed during the production of this, during the process of it,
No, a guy was
except for the
out.
father.
It
Except
was
for the
hot,
father.
but
Eh,
two men were
Real,
hot.
Bo-
The father was hot.
real Bobby, real Bobby didn't take
Guys,
nothing.
so
Bobby,
Real
wait,
Bobby's
you
life
guys,
didn't. Real Bobby
guys,
can calm down.
wait, guys,
Real
before you
Bobby can
go
calm
on,
down.
do you know there's a podcast that's actually about this story that goes into more detail than the documentary did? And I'm just reading a bit here. And do you know what it said? It said that the Bobby persona at some point asked Kirat if she would join him if he became part of ISIS. And she said she couldn't say no right away, knowing that her partner would start a fight with her and possibly suffer from a heart attack.
My guy. Are you telling me that this one is
Please
hatred? It's not
imagine.
hatred, it's boredom. It's boredom. It's boredom. I feel like they were making bets on
so
it. At some point,
you know how
they be like, if I say
we
this,
talked
do
about
you think she will join me?
will you work? What's the limit? What's the worst thing she will not?
Exactly.
That was just it. That was
Exactly.
really it.
That was
This person was
boredom.
just toying with her. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she said,
Anyway,
she
guys,
Imagine.
apparently said on the podcast that the cousin honestly believed that both her and Kirat were in a dark place and living in this alternative reality or fantasy world that she had created was bringing both of them some kind of happiness or joy. See why I said it could be
I
that's
love.
the
believe
bullshit for PS.
I believe
That's
no,
BS.
again. My thing is that I'm not saying that there couldn't be love between them. I actually believe I believe that the
It's
cousin was also
possible.
getting off of this, but I do not believe it started out with love. That's my thing. My thing started
Yeah.
out with boredom. It became love. It could become
Because
love. It
at
could
some
become hatred
point,
later on.
remember,
At
they
some
talked
point,
about how
if
they'll be hanging out together, and she's doing things on her watch, and she's
yeah,
controlling things.
that is a relationship. That's a
She's
relationship.
like, you are smiling, you are smiling too much. Let me send a message. Tu, 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 tu.
Oh my
No,
God,
man.
I just
God,
remembered that the people in the hospital with Bobby were his cousins. How did the FBI take Bobby into witness protection? Then they called his cousins from the UK and India, and you know what?
My
don't
guy,
Anyway,
I'm
don't do
telling
the
you.
details. Don't do the details. Leave the details.
I'm
Let's
just
I'm
I'm just
telling
glad
you.
you guys
move
watched
on.
People
it
are
because
people are gullible.
yeah,
I hope you
Hating.
enjoyed this episode.
yeah.
I know Aya hasn't done it yet, but like and subscribe. Click
Hey
on the
man, it was that kind of
notification
an
bell so
episode.
you get
That kind
more
of
content. Yeah, and all right. And so, any final words
no, I feel
for
like they should
both
get
the
together.
scammer and scammy?
I feel like if the cousin is not married, I feel like if the cousin is not married or stuff like that, they should probably just get together and talk. Maybe there's something there that they need to resolve
That is what will cancel
Maybe.
this
on the
podcast.
on the.
She
What did
should go
I
and
do? They're already
she
doing
should
it.
get together
They're
with her
already doing it.
abuser. She should get together with her abuser.
No, I didn't say they
Welcome
should
to
date.
club.
I said they should continue talking. Because clearly both of them need closure.
Which closure?
Why?
Which
Eh?
closure?
Why?
Which closure
Because
again are you
if she
looking
had told
for?
her
Which
more like
closure? Which after 9 years? Ejo, please,
she's
please,
still trying to get the
Ejo,
cousin
please.
to go to jail. That means she hasn't entirely moved on now. And the cousin can't come out and talk about it and tell her side. She's been slandered, but she can't talk. There
Which
is
side is
closure.
to tell? What is there to tell? What?
The cousin can be like, listen, let her be like, this is a social experiment. I was taxed.
There's nothing she
I
will
was
say
taxed in the mission.
that will make her look good. It will just be worse. Honestly,
No,
there's nothing she will
no,
say that
no.
will
There's
make her
something she
look
could
good.
have said though. There's something she could have said though. She could have said the girl. She
What?
could have said, I was trying to help out my cousin by telling her this is how it is online. But this time I tried to help her out. Like she would be like, how can you believe that somebody went to witness protection in America and impregnated somebody? In fact, like, come on.
But anyway, let's just bring
Anyway,
an end to this. But yeah,
anyway, guys,
I'm sorry. I'm
hope
sorry.
you and I don't know if I'll use the word enjoyed, but I hope you learned
Nah, but I'm
something.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope
And I
you
hope
learned
yeah,
and I hope
something that yeah, like
I
but
hope she's
yeah,
well. And I hope that they
I
both
hope
get
she
well. I
I
hope they're
hope
all
she
well.
gets what she wants in life, right? Which is
yeah,
What
married
more does she want?
into a
Oh,
prestigious
oh,
family.
sorry, you mean family. You mean family.
Yeah.
I hope she gets
She
a
wants
family from. Yeah. It's too late
so
though. Like she's 44. Like, yeesh.
ah,
it's not too late. She
yeah,
can
She
make
can get
money.
family.
not
The
too,
kid
not
is
too
what I'm
late.
talking about. The kids one.
Not
The
too late.
kids one. She said she wants
Even
to
the
date. She
kid is
wants to
not
have
too
kids.
late.
Even the kid is not too
I
late.
She
She
didn't say it
can
was
that
too
get.
late.
there's surrogates now. There's surrogates. There's I mean
No,
She's
it's
that's
the
not
one.
that
not
She's
point. It's
actually
not
the
that she
one that's
can't
standing
carry.
in her way. She's not standing
It's
in
not
her
that she
own way
can't carry.
because, to be honest, if she wanted a kid and if the kid was the important thing, she should just go to a sperm bank. All this thing of I'm looking for Bobby Jando and there's no need to exist. If the kid is the end goal, just go get a
you
kid.
can you can
Did you get
premium Indian
did you see the one of the 60 of the is it 68 or 65-year-old woman that is pregnant?
No, my parents' neighbors in Nigeria, the woman gave birth to twins at 60.
You see? You see? Now, she can still
There's
do
hope.
it. I just,
Yeah.
there's hope. Don't give up on life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't give
All
up and
right,
don't let
take some.
anybody stress you. All right, guys.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Okay.
Why are you attracting at this stage?